Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft. So we are back at our base, and I don't think I have anything too new out on the outside. I don't think I've done anything really. I might have been playing around with some flowers and things like that, but I haven't done too much. But what's different inside is quite a bit. Same probably around down here, but up here is a lot different. I want to show you some of our processing that we've been doing. So I've been mining with thaumium hammer, and I don't know if I told you about the thaumium hammer, but you make it with thaumium, like sort of this pattern with thaumium, and you get fortune 2, and I ended up combining a bunch of them in the anvil to get up to fortune 4, and this is my main, basically, thing that I use to get ores. Basically, I hit them and I crush them. And what I do is, when I have crushed ore, so it's the same as a macerator, besides universal macerator, when you get more out of it, but that doesn't happen to like HV plus or something like that. So what I do with the crushed ores is I throw them here in this little array. These ones don't get processed, they're filtered out. And they get sucked out, and they go over here into the steam hammer, which then they make them basically hammer them and then process them so they can be turned into either nuggets or bars. Bars basically go into this one here. Nuggets go into this over here, and you can see some in here. And it goes into this arcane pattern crafter from Thaumcraft, which if you look it up, it's not hard to make. It was quite easy. I did it off camera. I've never used it. I want to test it out. You know, you understand that stuff. But crafter, where is it? There it is. And so you just have your crystals you have to add in the crafting table. These guys is just brass, iron, and a stick, nothing special. This was just silver and the flawed quartzine, which is just, you can find that anyways. It's just the ore quartz, and then you smelt it, and then you hammer it or whatever, I believe, and you get that. Or do you hammer it? I think you do. And then great wood planks, yeah, hopper. And that's all it is. And basically, it has a pattern on here. You can set whatever patterns you want here. I don't know how they quite work, to be honest. But I know before I could. It might... Oh, here you go. You click the bottom thing there, and you can set whatever pattern. So we're setting it to this pattern. And then it goes into this chest, basically, and that's it. So I feed some ores, and yeah, and I actually go, I have a thing here. I'll give you an example. So, oh, look at this. I'm going to, you know, mine some copper, iron. This is a copper vein, but you're going to get a bit of everything in here, right? But this is a perfect, good example of how it works. I use teleporters now, too, and what I do is I take the teleporter crystal at the base there, and I put it in an anvil. This one is static, so it stays where it is, but the one at the base, I put it into anvil, and then I rename it, and I say what kind of vein it is, which I haven't done to this one yet, because it's the newest one, but once I replace it, like, gonna go to another place, whatever, then I'll go ahead and change that around, and yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, so I go back here, and literally what I do is I dump my stuff in this array, so I go boom, 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 and... it's hammering it quite fast, and then it should be on round robin-ish, which means that it starts kind of spitting it. It'll go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 kind of thing. And these guys are so fast, they do their job. They're very loud, but then they're doing their job. And you can see already it's putting the nuggets in here and turning them into bars just like that. And that is basically how I process my ores at this time. Not the most efficient way, but they work. The other thing we have over here is our setup. I've used this for two different things. Basically, the autoclave here was to make tons of lapis, and we basically autoclave them. I felt like that was the best one, in my opinion. It's a 70% chance. Lapis dust I basically got from... Did I just basically crush these down? Yeah, so I didn't know I could get 3 from the squeezer. I think I might have actually done this in a bad way. Actually, no, I probably got more. Never mind. Actually, I would have. That's actually not a good deal. I used my hammer and got the dust, and then I think I moved it into the ore. So, yeah, I don't know which one I used here. I might have had to centrifuge it. Oh, you know what? Pyrite dust. I might have centrifuged it then, I think, yeah. So you take the ore, you put it into the impure one, you have to centrifuge it, yeah. So I have pyrite dust somewhere, I believe. And then, yeah, you take the pyrite dust. I think I smelted the pyrite dust, right? Yeah, iron ingots. Okay, that's how it happened. And anyways, I threw them in an autoclave so we can make an enchanting table over time.
and that's how I got that. My second setup here is for aluminum, and aluminum starts with sapphire, so it's probably easier to show you. I both did blue and green, so I'll go through just to give you an idea with what one of them looks like. So basically, I used my hammer again, got the crushed sapphire. So from crushed sapphire, the process we take is we ore wash it, and you get a bit of aluminum from there. And then you get purified. And from purified, what we do is we do a forge hammer, and you get purified pile. And then what you do is you throw it into the centrifuge, and you get both sapphire dust and this one. And then I believe then I throw it into the electrolyzer and get aluminum dust. I think that's the deal. Yeah, so I have, ore wash, hammer, centrifuge, and electrolyzer. Now, you could go further and do like the thermal thing and things like that. I think it's technically not supposed to be till MV. Somebody said there's a bug. And either way, I got more than enough aluminum for quite a while, and that was a very, very short mining method. And then basically I just set like a lot of advanced stuff here. I made a filter, hopper, and paper, and you can click these, and I set all the filters in here. And basically I just have them going to here and then over here. I decided that these would be one each, because even though there was like more blue sapphire than green sapphire, one piece could get jammed in there like this, right? So for example, let's say green's trying to get in here. This gets jammed, so I did a dedicated each. And then what happens is the little pieces actually get filtered up here. So if you check the filter here, you can see the little dust go in here, and then they come in here, and then they go into the back end of the system, and then they get processed whatever way. So basically I had this whole thing pretty automated in a sense, I just threw the components in there and I do whatever. And right now they're off, because what I'd have to do is basically I go over to these and turn insert on, and it'd be white. So I basically have white as my insert, and I change it to whatever I need at the time. So it's like, I need a bunch of wires done, then I would throw wires or whatever in here, ingots now, and they create the wires. So yeah, that's basically our setup. I'm really happy about this little array here. Works well. Look at, you got 53 copper and 13 iron. And we were only there very briefly, right? It's pretty much done. It wasn't like there was a lot of materials there. We were only there for 2 seconds. But you can see how, in a short time, how I got all those resources and how fast they process, to be honest. And that's why I'm using the high-pressured steam stuff. So probably worthwhile checking them out yourself. So today, we're going to look at making an electric blast furnace, and I just want to get right at it, to be honest. So if we check the design of this puppy, this is the whole design. So there's 9 there, and there's 18 there, except a lot of these are going to be hollow. You're not going to use them, blah, blah, blah. But you know me, why not just make 18, to be honest? So we're going to make an Invar scaffolding. Now, this is the downside. You're going to have to click this till you get the Invar one, or search for the Invar. Oh, we just found it. I was going to say or search for it, but here it is. So, there you go. How many of these were we going to make? Oh, you get a bunch for each. Okay, we got way too much now. Here you go. So, I'm going to go ahead and just throw these in here. There you go. And I think we're going to go with 18. Yeah, that'll be good for now. That'll be a good start. So there you go. So this is the part of the casing. It's called a heat-proof machine casing. And then we should be able to create the electric blast furnace. Graphite plate is literally graphite ore. So you get that in the world. I don't need to explain it. You literally just crush, hammer, smelt. Simple. And then everything else we already know. That was electric furnace, by the way, at the top. So there, task complete. Oh, task complete, not quest complete, yeah. Because you have to make, I think to make that, we're going to have to do 4 of these. So, ampage in up to 2. Oh, ampage in up to 2. Oh. I didn't realize these were 2 amps. That's good I read that. So actually, I only need 2 of those. I was going to make 4 of them. That would have been a little too much, to be honest. So awesome. Your machine, basically, you can set how much amps you do, and you can do LV into, say, MV, for example, at least when it comes to recipes for the blast furnace. So there you go. That is now complete, and we're golden. I don't know if you get anything. Cooper nickel. I think we have enough Cooper nickel. So that's actually going to get to our next part here, is the Cooper nickel. So to make Cooper nickel, alloy furnace, nickel, and copper. Nothing special there. I also made Invar, and I think we talked about this before, but just in case, nickel and iron. So nickel is being used quite a bit there,
but that's just the recipe there. And then we need copper nickel wires, which we're going to use for this little behemoth of a thing. So let's go ahead and do this now. Now this is going to be way too much than what we need, but who says you can't have more than one electric blast furnace too, right? So that doesn't bother me really. So there you go. And sorry, here's the copper nickel. So we'll put the wrench around there. Ah, you're such a pain. There you go. Woo. And oddly enough, that isn't too much. I think I made enough wire though for more. Oh yeah, I have another 4. Okay, that's what it is. So I have enough to make 2 full size blast furnaces later on if I want. But yeah, and then you're gonna have an input bus and an output bus. The input bus and output bus are literally just your simple items going in and out. Now, some things might have liquid as well. I don't think we're dealing with liquid when it comes to you guys. Where are you? There you go. So when aluminum is when aluminum's heated, there's no liquids or anything related to it, so it's just dust for aluminum. So we don't have to worry about any of that. And honestly, I think that's it. It's not blast furnace is not like a really hardcore, hard thing to do. That's it as far as I know. You get your steam turbines, and that's pretty much it here. So let's go ahead and let's just put some of this stuff away. I don't see why we need all of it in our inventory now. Now you might want to get a 2 amp tin cable, because you might actually we could just use this is 4x. You know what? For safety reasons, let's go ahead and do 2x because your cables will melt first before anything else. And that's more important. So there you go. That's a 2x regulation. If you look at the aluminum recipe, if we type in aluminum, and if you look at the recipe here, it's going to be like under, 120, right? But we're going to produce 128. So we have a loss or an ability of a loss of 8 EU, which is awesome. So that means we can do a slight loss to this, which I don't mind that at all. I'm not going to put them directly on it. There will be a wee bit of a loss there. So, okay. I don't know why I have the scanner. I don't even use the damn scanner these days. Okay, let's go and build this puppy, shall we? So let's go and look at this picture again. There you go. So that seems pretty straightforward. So basically, you can build it wherever you want, or, it doesn't matter. I was thinking of putting it in the damn middle of the floor, but at the same time, you know what? I don't mind using up our space and then building other sections over time as well. Kind of more fun that way, I think. So I'm thinking I'll just build it in the corner here, to be honest. So let's try that and see how it goes. So 1, 2, let's give it 2 spaces there. So we're going to replace all these anyways here. So for example, you're going to replace this one with the controller itself. And then you're going to replace these like with you get your input and output hatch. Might as well do it now. Wait, does that work? Oh, wow. I did not know the little hammer could hammer that so fast. So yeah, you got your... Sorry, where are my hatches here? There you go. So you got your input and output. So I usually have input on the left, output on the right. At least that's what seems right in my mind. So I'm going to just assume that's how I would do it. And then back here, you have your power source. Now, like I said, it's up to you how you want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and put you here, and I'm going to go ahead and put you right here. It's not perfect, but whatever. Of course, it won't change the look till you fully finish it, but if we do it right, it should be fine. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then again. Sometimes I just like to say out loud how many... I'm the oddball. There we go. And there we go. So this is considering it a valid structure. So there you go. Max EU ticket saying 128, telling your max temperature. So to make this, I think it's like 1700 or something. Where does it say 1700? Yeah. So we got 1000 more Kelvin to play around with. And there you go. You can see these guys right here, which has kind of a nice look to them. And then basically all you have to do is wire these up. So it's up to you how you want to do this. Remember, these don't go up, so you might want to bring these down, actually. I think these can face down, but I don't think these can face down. So let's see. I think the turbines have a one-direction look. Oh, no.
These ones also look like they do the same thing, so looks like you can't set this to the exact spot you want. It looks like you're gonna have to, yeah, okay. What a pain in my ass. Okay, so you have your steam turbine. So there's one, right? Here's two. We'll just pretend those are perfect spots. And then you're gonna need 3 and 4. So what I'm thinking of doing for this is actually doing this, I think. That'll work, 3 and 4. Yeah, that'll work. Why not? And yeah, so they'll plug in there, and yeah, that will be like, you know, you'll have 1 block loss basically, and that's it, right? So actually, so you're gonna have 2 block loss, but it shouldn't be an issue for this, right? That should be just the right number. Actually, with 2 off, you might have a bit of an issue. But the question is, do you really want to deal with all the other crap with it? You know what? We're gonna do it. I think we're gonna change this up. We're gonna put them 1 higher for fun. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll work. That way you get a little less loss on that. Like I said, you could do this closer. I could put more hatches on. You know, there's way better ways of probably doing this. But at the same time, I'm just having fun, and this is kind of how I want to do it. So, and this is what I've decided I'm going to do. So there you go. You're just going to have to live with it. Of course, our pipes are going to go here. But yeah, this is how it'll look like anyways. It's silly, isn't it? But you could put them up here and get them less, and like I said, you could put more hatches in there, but whatever. Okay, so let's go feed this some power, shall we? So we're going to have to bring you guys over here, so it doesn't really matter at this point. I just want to make sure they're on the line here. And yeah, so let's see here. How are we going to do you guys? So that's fine. And then I don't like to loop anything ever, so there you go. And if all is done correctly, that's it. We legitimately have what we need for that, and then we just have to feed it up. Now, well, of course, I'll automate this. I'll just, you know, put a little pipe in here to put the items in there. But yeah, there it is. It's working, running perfectly. It says so. As long as we can produce enough steam into this, which I think we can at this point. Our steam is rated. I mean, I did the math before, and oh crap, I forgot what it was rated. But you can actually check if you want to check how to, you know, that rating kind of stuff works. What you can do here is look up Steam itself, and you can actually see, no, not that Steam, sorry. There's another version of Steam somewhere here, I believe. Maybe it's right-click? Ah, here you go. So Steam Turbine here. So its Steam Turbine requires, in 0.05 seconds, it requires 64 millibuckets of steam. Now, guess how much that is. If you can do the math, what's 20 times 5? Well, let's just do it. You won't see it. 20. You're going to like the number. 0.051. So 1 second, 20 ticks. Yep, that's what the math is. So it's literally in 20s. Is 32, so yeah, so 64 per tick, and then I guess you could do the math on there. That should be what, 128, or no? I think it's double. Right? No, oh, sorry, 1280. Yeah, 1280. Right, because the powers or whatever. So it needs every second. It needs that much steam. Well, that's not an issue, anyways. It's the other one we need to know about, right? So 64 millibuckets of steam is required to run at one of those at 32, right? Well, let's go see how much steam we're producing, and then we'll know how much we need. Hello. Oh, wow, look at that. You're producing 900 millibuckets a tick. Literally 900 millibuckets a tick. So we need 256 millibuckets a tick to constantly be running the electric blast furnace. Very little. So let's do the math on that for fun. 900 divided by 64 equals 14, basically 14.06 something. So you can run basically 14 basic turbines, steam turbines 24/7. without it cracking a bit, basically. So that's awesome. So there you go. There's aluminum. There's probably achievement for that, yay, or a thing. You can't put it back in there, by the way. It doesn't let you. But yeah, that is aluminum for you, and we're going to leave that as is. Sure, I could do more with aluminum, but at this point, meh. I don't need to do more with it, because that'll be later on when we get a lot more of it. But yeah, that's all she wrote for that. Pretty simple. So let's go up here, and let's get rid of... Put you in here, put you in here. I guess for now we could just probably throw... Oops. Yeah, I got lots of ores. I've been going out mining more, and you can see I have abundance here. You probably also noticed, I probably didn't really show it off, I have abundance of them in these guys too, so that's starting to help. In fact, we could use something from the one probe to help around with this. So let's do the one probe. And the one probe, you can make this little gadget here. This is the one we actually want, but... we're going to go ahead and make this. We don't have any of this? No. So we need some redstone, sticks, all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and... I'm going to make 16 torches just so we have them. There you go. And what else are we going to need? Now, I didn't need quartz, but you can use that quartzite stuff that we already have. Well, I think I have it. Here it is. Actually, I think I got this one from a quest, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It works anyways. And what else are you going to need from that? And is this smooth stone? Yeah, smooth stone 3. 1, 2, 3. And here we go. And then boom, boom, boom. One of these. There you go. And then we need piece of gold and redstone. I kind of derped up on that one. Have I ever broken up gold yet? Apparently not. Okay. And then a piece of redstone. And there we go. And then we should be able to craft this puppy here, this thing. There you go. Awesome. Then what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade it. So we're going to need the gold again, which is awesome. And we're going to put this as a bauble slot. And we're going to replace this because we don't need the thaumium one right now and all over the place, actually. And I think that's it. Now, you can put this on certain helmets. It has to be like when you have to do it on the early stage of the helmet. I would almost actually try to make it again just to see if I can prove you why. 1, 2, 3, because it won't work right away. I think it has to be a full helmet, but maybe that's changed anyways, but why not? Let's look at it. Doesn't hurt, right? So where's the rest of this stuff? Oh, I have some of it on me. Okay. Okay, so can we make this one? Yeah, we can make this one, and then you need redstone and the gold again. There you go. I should have thought of making 2, but I was like, yeah, whatever. At least you have a backup 2 later on if you need it. So if we run over here and we make this, what you're supposed to do is be able to put this on your helmet. Now, I think your helmet has to be fully repaired for it to work. Yeah, it's not working, unfortunately. Now, what you might be able to do, I don't know if that works with this mod at all, but you might be able to enchant it on. No, you can't. So, yeah, your helmet, oddly enough, has to be repaired for you to be able to do this. So, I don't know if that's considered a bug or what the fudge. A bug or not. So, oops, wrong one. So, enchantment costs 1. Oops. Oh, so I have 9 enchants. It was just bugging out. See, it wouldn't even show it up, but it's a bug that's known on the client side to happen. So there you go. So if you repair this, then theoretically you should be able to put these two together. There you go. Now, if you use a modded helmet, so like it has to be a modded helmet. Even this one, you could probably put the one probe on it without. I don't know if it would work actually in the bauble slot. Oh, that is interesting. Actually, You know what? We have the time. Anyways, so this is the one probe. Basically, now you can shift to get more information out of machines, right? So we can go to this chest and see what's inside of it, for example. If we go to our EBF here, it might display a bit more information as well. I mean, you'll see
Maybe the output? Nope. Oh, you see the input. Oh, there it is. No special information there. So some things might have special information, maybe others won't. Oh yeah, so you get detailed information. So this can hold like a lot of liquids. Okay, so you can get more details on certain things. Some things won't have any information, but hey, it works. So here's the question. I wonder if I can put it on the goggles. Yeah, so that's going to be a neat one. I'm going to see if I can put it on the goggles. And I think one of these can still work, right? Does it matter which kind? No, I need nether quartz or the other one. Darn it. I must have them, though. So can't use this. Can't use this. And quartz sign. I must have, though, the one. My experiment might not work. I know I have the type of quartz here, but I don't know if it's the right quartz. Oh, yeah, here it is. So, can I just smelt you and you work? Oh, yeah. There you go. We'll use it in our overkill smelter. Okay, and then we need another piece of redstone. There you go. Yeah, this is just all for fun, just to see what happens. I never thought of enchanting the goggles, and even then I don't know if it would be able to display the effect, but since sort of the goggles things are supposed to kind of take some of the effects, it'll just be interesting to see what happens. I mean, what do we have to lose, right? So here you go, and then here you go. And let's see what happens when we combine them. So you can get the probing on it. It does show. Okay, and we've put this in my inventory. Do I get that? You do. So you gotta take this out of your inventory, and then it should... Oh, because the goggles are doing it. So let's throw the goggles out. What the hell's doing it now in my inventory? It seems like it just does the effect anyways at this point. Interesting. Even though I have nothing in my inventory, it's doing the... Oh, I'm an idiot. I have the goggles still. I was like, what's going on here? Okay, there you go. That's not working. So even with this in my hand, I guess you don't work? No, okay. So what we're going to test is what happens if we put this on my head. Nope, they don't work, unfortunately. Yeah, so... yeah, you have to... It's either or. It was worth a try, but if it was another piece of armor, like an actual like head armor, then it would have worked. But yeah, so for now, we'll just put it on our iron helmet here. That works. So that's the one probe. That's how you get more information. For other people who are playing single player, it's like the one probe or the one probe config or something. There you go. And there's actually another one you can type in. It's need, and then you can actually tell it which one, you click it basically. But for us, we don't have that because it's multiplayer, and the way the default configs are that you do need the one probe itself for the extra information, which is, I think, kind of fun and interesting anyways. As a server, we could disable it if we wanted to, and it wouldn't, like, everyone would get the effect right away, but I don't see a point to it, really. So anyways, let's just make sure our aluminum is still working here. Yep. So there you go. Aluminum. So before we end this, let's go and grab all our quests here, and then we'll call it an episode. And then once we've gathered enough aluminum, we'll go ahead and we'll do something with it as well. So let's check over here. Oh, I found Ordo and Sapphire. So that's just, accepting that, which we can't accept it because it's glitched. Don't know if teleporting will fix it or if I'm going to have to relog here. Okay, we're going to have to relog, maybe. There you go. Bit of a hiccup to get in and out, but we'll get there. Okay, and now we should be able to... There you go. So you get a bit of sapphire dust. Yay!
And then once we have the sapphire dust, we're going on over to technologies. So you have the blast furnace, which we did. We have this one, which basically you make an MV hull, which we'll save that. We have to still make rubber and stuff like that. This actually requires copper cable, which requires an assembler. We don't even own an assembler, and we already have the blast furnace up, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Basic steam turbine. Oddly enough, we got the steam turbine one. I guess it was because I needed steam bucket in my inventory, and I just never had it, so that's the first time. This one is an example for Tinker, Compra, Hammerhead, Extruder, Since, Blow, Minimum, blah, blah, blah. So this is still talking about MV. I'm not going to click that yet. Don't exhaust. Oh, I guess this is, you can click the side of steam machines with a blah, 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 and change the output of the steam by default the backside. So there you go. You can, it's just a tip that we could use and read. And then I guess that's it probably for here for now. We're going to have to get into rubber processing, which I think is under this one here over here. So we're going to have to do basic electrolyzer, which I made, and that gives us 4 motors, so why not? And this is like talking about hydrogen and stuff. A little on my league. I think what we're going to do next time is probably look at the sticky business one. Really simple, but basically it's just to get resin from the tree, and then you can go ahead and make rubber basically and use that for what we need in the future, so that'll be fun. Anyways, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed that. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we will see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.